those people who get sexual excitement resulting from administering pain, suffering, and humiliation to others. They don't do that because they're wicked. They do that because they are mentally ill. And mentally ill doesn't mean insane that you don't know it, that you're psychotic. You got to remember that mental illness is divided into two main categories: the psychotic and the neurotic. The psychotic is the one that is out of touch with reality. He is the fellow that does not know what he's doing. He hallucinates and all sorts of things. Hears voices. The neurotic is different. The neurotic is aware that something is wrong, but he's also aware that he is unable to control it. And if you don't know these things, you will put everybody in jail and throw the key. Now, all right, wait a minute. Just let me go on. That word sadism. Let me give you the origin of sadism when we get the sadist. There was a gentleman, let me call him a gentleman, called Marquis Donatien de Sade. Marquis de Sade, a French person. He was a military officer. And he suffered several incarcerations. You know why? For violent sex crimes against women. He was also an author. And he wrote several books and became famous for his many novels written about sex crimes against women. Good there. Well, this in itself is an indication that people who commit these predatory sex crimes are themselves victims of some form of crime against women. This in itself is an indication that people
Hello, good evening. Paula, you need to lower your speakers down and try to listen. If you have a headphone, but try to take your speakers down because what you're getting is a delay coming back at you.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Hi, good night.
Good night. Where are you calling from?
Trinidad, Mover.
Oh, okay.
Now listening to the discussion that's going on there. Now, I agree on everybody's view, what they're saying there. I agree on George, I agree on Larry, and on the pastor view. Because at the end of the day, I don't think all of them will have the same agreement or the oneness to back up each other, but I understand and I hearing what you all are saying. Now the pastor would see things one way, the psychiatrist would see things in a different way because he studied things and medicine.
He's not a psychiatrist, but he was a social. Actually, let me speak for himself, but he's not a psychiatrist.
Right, and I understand your point also. You understand, because at the end of the day, that person who did the crime or whatever the case is, remember whoever he did the crime to has a family, and in most instances, family looking for justice. So therefore, to know that person just going in jail and all your counseling him or whatever the case is, yes, it's good, and he back outside here. In them head, he needs to be killed, plain and simple. So I just want to say that I listen to everybody and I'm in agreement with everybody, but at the same time, everybody would have a different point of view.
All right, so, thanks a lot for Well, very interesting. Very interesting what you said. They say he needs to be killed, and we didn't say he needs to be punished. In what way? Okay, well, I know, John is going to be, John certainly will have to say something, have something to say on that.
Yeah, thank you, George. Caller. Hello? We've lost
it seems like the caller got off the line. Yeah, but I think the caller should be listening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wonder if she said that the person should be killed, or she said that the family would think that the person ought to be killed. I didn't quite get if she had said that she think they should be killed, because she said she agreed with us all, but I heard her saying something about the case, so I am not sure if she said that she think the person should be killed, or if she thought that the family of the victim would think so. I didn't quite get that. I wanted to get clarification on that.
Yeah. And you see, what she's speaking here, somebody from the public, and this is when the public is crying out for justice. But you see, if you could give this leeway to sex offenders that they need help.
Say again?
Well, we're supposed to have an next email. We're supposed to have an next email. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm saying to you, John, if you can give this leeway to these sex offenders, these predators, or these people who commit this vicious crime against another human being, and to say that they need help, they need counseling, they need therapy, anyhow you want to put it. What about the people who commit other crimes? They are not, just this is one category. What a person who decide, I don't want to work, you know what? I want to rob for a living. I want to break open John house or Clyde house and tie up his family and steal their valuables. And they do that from place to place where I live. What would you want to say, that such a person should be counseled and thrown back out into society to go back and rob somebody? There are people who just want to do these things, who want to do fraud, who just want to commit fraud.
No, hold on. That sort of person, I think prison would do them well. Let me tell you why. Because you're looking here now at the thief as opposed to the kleptomaniac. A kleptomaniac will steal nothing. Anything just to steal something. It is an illness. The thief will steal something that he can make money out of, which is totally different. The kleptomaniac will come to your store. You've got a big hardware store, and he would come inside there and steal a label off a bottle. A label. He can't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thief will come in there now and steal a crate of corned beef. Because he's going to sell them. He will come to your home when you're out and steal your wife's jewelry and go and sell them. That is a deliberate act. He does that because he is going to profit from that. Unlike the kleptomaniac. The kleptomaniac will come in your house and take off a few things of toilet tissue. Go to your bathroom and just take the roll of toilet tissue and tear up a few squares and shove it in his pocket. Go home and never even remember that he got it. But he must take up something. You can't put him in prison. That is not a crime. That is an illness. Unlike the one that don't come away till you slip away and slide in your bedroom and take your wife's jewelry and go and sell them. He wants lost in the prison.
Right. He wants to be lost in prison. And say, why it is you're not sympathetic to such a person as you is to a person?
Because that is a deliberate. He's done something deliberately.
So the person you're telling me, everyone who commits this sex crime does not.
Hold on a minute. He does something deliberately for himself. He ain't do that to hurt you. He do that for himself when he steals your wife's jewelry. He ain't do that to rob her of her jewelry.
John, we're going further and further apart in the way we see in this issue here tonight. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people who commit this sex crime, they do it for the self pleasure, to satisfy themselves.
they do it to hurt you because if they have
and they satisfy themselves by hurting you.
They don't only do it to satisfy themselves, they do it to give you pain. That is what it is all about.
And therefore they have to be punished for it. They must be punished for it. They must receive the appropriate punishment for it.
What punish the person is ill?
In your assessment, they are ill. But once you are aware of what you are doing, why should you not be punished for something that you're fully aware of what you're doing? I said before, John, if I am a drug addict, I have to find ways of means to support my drug problem. If I go and steal something, because I am a drug addict, I shouldn't be punished for it. I should still be punished for it. I did something wrong.